Hey guys, it's Lily and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to manage your time or learn the time management skill. So a lot of people are always saying like, oh, I don't have time to do that, or I just have no time in the day. And yes, we're all busy people, but honestly, there is a way to get things done. Everyone has the same amount of hours in the day. Some people use those hours better than other people do. So here, I'm just going to be giving you my tips for how to use those hours wisely. If you enjoyed, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below because I post new videos every Tuesdays and Fridays. And now let's get on to the video. So I know a pretty basic tip is to plan out your days, but I'm going to take that step a bit further if you want to be a time management queen or king. To take that further, make sure you're planning out week by week minimum. So I personally plan out like at least a month ahead for me and then just do the smaller details on a week by week basis. But having a planner is definitely key for this. So if you don't have one, go buy one. There's thousands of cute ones out there and they're so much fun. So if you don't have one yet, what are you doing? Definitely get a planner. Plan out week by week by week. When I say to plan out your whole week at the same time is so you know what's ahead. You don't want to just say like, oh, I'm going to start this project here, but like it's due here and like, so I don't know how much time I'm going to be needing to work on it. And then plus I also have this project, like it just gets too confusing. So make sure you first thing when you're planning out your weeks is write down everything that you have to do. All the deadlines, due dates, test dates, appointments, everything that has a time set to it or a specific day set to it. I like to write all of those down first and then move from there. So after that, you're going to add in the little day-to-day tasks. So say when you were writing down your big chunks, you wrote down that you have a test on Thursday. So you're going to look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're going to write down that you need to study on all those days. So not only is this going to keep you more organized because you know what you're doing, it's also going to make sure you manage your time because you're going to be getting everything done because you know exactly when everything needs to be done by. And it's also going to save you a lot of time because you're not really going to have to plan daily, you're just going to have to check in with your planner daily. So what I like to do is usually just sit down on a Sunday or something and then plan out my whole week, and it makes your whole week just flow much, much better. Okay, my next tip is probably almost as important as planning out your day, and that is to make your priorities. Making your priorities is so important. I've heard people say like, oh, I don't have time to work out, I didn't have time to study, I don't have time to call my mom or whatever. Like, people always say that they don't have time, but in reality they're just not making it their priority. So I know I've talked about this before on my channel, but not making things your priority is automatically going to mean you're not going to get it done. So make sure when you're making that checklist in your journal or your planner or whatever that you're putting little numbers beside all of the things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 would be top priority, so you're going to do that first in the day. So say you really want to start working out and that's a priority of yours, but like you also want to give yourself some time to chill and watch Netflix. If your goal is to start working out, that's going to be more of a priority for you than watching Netflix, so do that first. Because I know so many people that say they never have time, but then they sit around and waste their time. And those minutes can slip away from you when you're just on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat. Like, they can just slip away and then you don't realize how much you could have gotten done in that time. So by making your priorities, you make sure that you get those things done first. And I'm not saying don't go on your phone, don't watch Netflix. Obviously, everyone does. So do those things, but do them after your top priorities are done. Not only will you feel more accomplished, you'll have got more done, and your time will have been used wisely. Okay, so these next 2 tips kind of fit in together. The first one is to get sleep. I know I've talked about this a lot in all my videos, like how to get good grades, how to be a good student. It's a very important tip, so you should be doing it anyway besides the time management thing. So when you're managing your time, you're trying to do so many things all at once. Not all at once. You're trying to do so many things in your day. It's a better way to phrase that. You're trying to do so many things in your day and you want to get all of those things done. And if you're tired and groggy and slow moving, you're not going to get those things done. I know for me, I do need at least 7.5 hours of sleep, and if I don't get that, I'm not in the right mindset, and half the time I just end up putting my stuff away and watching Netflix on my phone or something. So getting enough sleep is essential. Everyone has a different amount of sleep that they need to work productively. So you know what's best for you, and really, as long as you stick to that, it's really going to enhance your productivity without you really even having to do any extra work. And then the second tip that fits into that is start early. So when I say start early, I don't mean go to bed at midnight and wake up at 6, because that wouldn't fit in with the other tip because you need sleep. So go to bed earlier and wake up earlier, because in the morning you feel so much more productive. Like, I know for me, I like to get my workout in before school because that's when I feel like I have the most energy. And it feels so good to go to school in the morning at like 8:30 or whatever and think, wow, I've already done so much stuff. And it's going to set a positive tone for your day, and it's going to keep you wanting to keep doing things and wanting to get tasks done off your list. So starting early and getting enough sleep are both two things that are really going to help you when you're trying to get a lot of things done. You will have no idea the difference it'll make. Just try it for 1 week. Just 1 week, going to bed early, like 8 hours before you have to say, before your alarm is set, going to bed early and waking up early, and just see what it does to your productivity and time management. Okay, so my next tip is to just say no. So I know that I have a problem with this too. Like, I'm always just saying yes to everything. If someone asks me to do something, I say yes. Someone asks me to help them with their homework, I say yes. And obviously, still be nice and help people and do what you need to do. But if you know that you have absolutely no time in your day, don't be trying to cram a bunch of extra things into it. Because think about it. If you have your priorities list and you have like 1, 2, 3, 4 in your priorities list, and you know like these things are urgent, say no to the things that you don't need to do, even if you want to do them. So if your friends ask you to go out for dinner or something and you know that you have such a busy day, don't say yes. And I'm not saying never go out with your friends, because obviously you still need to be having fun like that. But just say no if you know, because you've planned out your week ahead. If you listen to tip number 1, you know if it's a busy week for you, and you know when you can say no. And just say like, I'm sorry, it's a busy week, can we do it next week? Because if you planned ahead enough, you'll know that maybe your next week's not as busy. So say no to the things that you can't fit in, and don't feel guilty about it. And the other thing is take out tasks that you also don't need to do. So I know for me, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I need to do this, and I need to clean my room. Well, I don't need to clean my room. It doesn't have a deadline. Yes, it would be really nice, but if I have a super busy week, I might just have to let my room be messy for a little bit longer. So it's just the little things like that. Take out things that you don't need, and saying no to the things that you can't handle is going to increase your productivity, and it's going to increase your time management, and in turn you will get so much more done, and you will be less stressed when you do it. Okay, my last tip is probably the most important one, and it's to make sure you're still enjoying yourself. I know I've been saying a lot in this video like, oh, put your priorities first. Make sure that you're doing your studying, your work. Say no to doing things that you don't have time for, which kind of makes it sound like I'm saying don't do anything fun and just work all the time. Of course, I'm not saying that. You still need to be enjoying yourself, or there's no point. Enjoying yourself is the most important thing. So if you know that you love hanging out with your friends, of course, do that still, and just make sure you have time for it. So when you're planning out your week or your month or however you're planning, schedule that in ahead of time. Like a week ahead, I'll ask my friends like, oh, do you want to do something? And that's when I schedule. I don't schedule plans last minute. So that's a really good tip for trying to balance a social life and a work or school life, is by making these plans far more in advance and knowing that you enjoy things. Like, schedule in your break time. Be like, well, on Tuesday night I have a little more of a chill night, so I'm going to take a nice long bath or something like that. This is definitely going to make sure you're still relaxed, practicing self-care, and enjoying yourself while managing your time effectively. Okay, that was it for the video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed these tips and that they are helpful to you, and that you will be using them to help you manage your time more efficiently. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you thought of it, or if you have any other school-related organization videos that you want me to film. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!